if you saw Spider-Man Far From Home, by the time the post-credits scene rolled, you were probably like, it can't be just me that's clearly the MCU version of Jones, right? Like, it was so apparent. But now, the director of Spider-Man Far From Home has talked about J. Jonah Jameson and what inspired this version. So when it came to J. Jonah Jameson in the MCU, first up, John Watts, the director of Spider-Man Far From Home, said that they were trying to actually figure out how they're going to work in J. Jonah Jameson ever since Homecoming, but they couldn't find a good place to put him in there, so they decided to hold off. And then as the film progressed, once they were writing it, once the United States has gotten to the place it currently is at, they looked at what was popular in the news. And obviously, print news is on the way out. But what's really become popular is YouTubers and things online and people giving their own opinion. Now, of course, one of the most popular ones is Mr. Jones. He certainly has a voice online, and he has his fans and he has his haters, but you can't argue that the dude is pretty much everywhere when you look at it, and certainly there's a lot of controversy. So they said when they approached Spider-Man Far From Home, they saw that there was a lot of elements throughout the film just that formulated around the news and the whole fake news thing. And certainly if you watch the movie, which I've seen 4 times now, you're gonna notice, like, you know what, yeah, there is a lot of this fake news. And ultimately, when it came to including J. Jonah Jameson, they realized that if they included it as a post-credit scene, that it honestly and perfectly fit in there because of this narrative. And that's the approach they took to it. And when you look at everything, it just kind of starts to line up, and you start to understand the type of J. Jonah Jameson they're doing here, and how much more, I want to say, vicious he is, as opposed to the Jameson we got in the Raimi trilogy. And this is personally, to me, a good adaptation of it, because I just don't see a version where you can have the same character that he was in the Raimi trilogy. And if you look at the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4, it's the same thing. He's a news radio host. He's a podcaster. They evolved it. So, evolving with the times, and when you look at our world, you're like, who's the most controversial figure that's out there that could possibly be our Jones makes sense. That makes all the sense in the world. So, I think they did good with what they had, and honestly, I can't wait to see where they go with it.